Hello, I'm your Kingdom, Spiritual Transformational, and Life Purpose Life Coach and Mentor, Latricia Booker. And I'm popping in on you to tell you that your absence is their downfall. Your absence is their downfall. And so, Kingdom people, I'm going to lead this message with a couple of scriptures. The first one is Psalm 1 and the first through the second division. And it says, Blessed is the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And the second one is Psalm 37, divisions 1 through 2. And it says, Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as green herbs. And so, Kingdom people, again, your absence is their downfall. And so here's what's going on. God was bringing to mind how, you had to remove yourself from a lot of situations. You were pretty much forced to remove yourself from certain situations. A lot of it was because it was all different for different situations, but for the most part, the love that you gave, the care that you shown, it was not reciprocated. Now, in many instances, people showed fake reciprocation, but fake is not real. So that means that if you're in situations like that, relationships, different dynamics, or whatever the case may be, and your intentions are pure, doesn't mean you're perfect, but you don't be out here on demon time, as they call it, and devil energy, as I like to say. And again, you're not perfect, but your intentions are pure. You mean people well. You want to see people do well. You may, again, make mistakes, of course, because you're not perfect, but were willing to correct yourself. Not only that, Kingdom people, you were willing to try to see people in the best light, even though you've seen their stuff, you've seen their issues, and as I like to always say, I looked past a lot because I knew people had issues. I knew they had stuff. So did I. But again, your intentions were pure, and you came to find out that people's intentions were not pure. This is what was on me today. God brought to mind how you can be in a relationship, whether it be a friendship or a romantic relationship or even family relationship. And because people's intentions are not pure, he took me back to some situations that I used to be in. And he made me aware, he brought to my attention how I meant well. And the people that I've had to remove myself from, they played nice, they went along, they seemingly meant me well, but I could really feel that they overall didn't. And so what he brought to mind was how when you in a relationship, how you've heard people say they be in a relationship or they be having a lot of people around them and they still feel lonely. That's what he brought to my attention, because it still can feel that way. I happen to be the kind of person who makes myself okay, make myself good, regardless of who doing what and whatever's going on with them. How, even in those situations, even in situations where people were trying to make me feel away, they were trying to bring me down underhandedly, of course, sometimes not so much so. They were very obvious. But the thing for me was always, I kept myself up. I kept myself up in good spirits. And I didn't let what people were doing or where they were or their condition or whatever affect me. And so, because I just looked at it like they had a problem. That was their problem. And as I already said, I looked past a lot. Just thinking people would get better, they would improve. But of course, obviously I found out that never happened, and they had no intentions on that happening, because they were not, none of these people in particular were in a place of trying to make a change in their lives. They were not trying to improve or work through their issues. That's not what they were on. I just had a positive outlook on things. I just tried to see things in that way. I tried to see the best in people and overlook the worst in them. And so what God was pretty much showing me, in situations like that, like where people feel like they alone, not me per se, I could feel that things weren't right. But as I said, I just make myself happy, regardless of whatever. I've always been that way. And so, again, I didn't let people affect me like that. I never have. Not saying that certain things that people did at certain points didn't affect me at one time, but because I choose to heal and overcome that, ultimately it really didn't have a permanent effect or a lasting effect on me. And so again, God was just showing me how, people that feel like their efforts are not being reciprocated. For instance, if you're in a relationship, let's just say you're in a marriage and your partner pays you no attention. This is kind of what God, was on me. Your partner is not paying you any attention. They, pay you no never mind, like whatever. And you just, some people do this. They go along with it, just to say that they have somebody, that at least they're there. But it's not fulfilling. They don't feel loved. They don't feel seen. They don't feel respected. They don't feel appreciated. And, in a situation like that, as God was showing that to me, I have this mindset already, but he said to me, you might as well be by yourself, because being by yourself, you are alone. So why be in a situation where you're going to feel that way anyway? You can be alone and respect yourself and see yourself and all those things. Unfortunately, in today's world, well, probably not just today's world, but many people feel like someone else has to give them that, has to see them, feed them, show them attention, for them to feel valuable, not understanding they can do that for themselves. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, you might as well be by yourself if you're going to be in a situation where you're not valued, you're not respected. And even in situations where it's not romantic, it could be family, it could be friends. Maybe at some point, it was okay. But what happens, kingdom people, is as you grow and evolve and you putting in the work, you begin to notice more and more the dissension. The dissension. In other words, it's kind of like a separation. There's a disconnect. You begin to notice that. And what happens is when people are putting on, you feel it more. You become more aware. Even, like I said, even when they're, putting on, it feels fake. It don't feel real. And that becomes a thing. Well, it's not fulfilling. Why be in any kind of a relationship, friendship, if it's not fulfilling? Stay with me, kingdom people. I'm going somewhere. And so what also happens is this, kingdom people, sometimes, as I already stated, when you're growing and you're evolving, it becomes a thing is when you're around people who are stagnant and they're not growing and evolving, that's no longer fulfilling for you. Again, at one point, it may have been okay. You may not have noticed. You was doing what you was doing. But as you begin to grow and evolve, you're not feeling that anymore. And so in some of these instances, kingdom people, you just found out people were just plain evil. You found out that people were just evil in their ways. They harbor jealousy in their hearts. They envied you. They didn't want to see you do well. They tried to sabotage you. They wanted to keep you down. All those things. You wanted to stop, block, whatever. Just didn't want to see you move forward and progress in life, in the things of God. And so what happens, kingdom people, is eventually you move around. You moved around them. And very good for you. Because what good is it to be around that when it's not pleasant? It's not good for you. I was reminded also today of a situation that I used to be in. I almost don't even like to mention this, but it was on me, and God is bringing it to me right now to mention, to share this here. And so this person has separated myself from, eventually divorced. I don't even like talking about this person. Not that I'm past it, I'm healed, but I just don't care to talk about the situation. But sometimes I have to reference it from time to time as God leads me to. But I remember being where I knew God was taking me into new beginnings, and I was trying to take this person with me, not understanding at the time it was for me, not for them. I had already separated from them. I was already walking away from them, but I was still trying to take them with me. It was so weird. But at the same time, not really, because when you have those soul ties like that, it's understandable. But what I started to notice is, I had been noticing for a while, but it became more and more obvious to me. And it became more of a thing where this person thought they was hiding it, holding it in is what I like to call it with them, because that's what they do, try to hold stuff in. But I would be so keenly aware that whatever would be going on, whatever I was communicating, they didn't like it. And God brought back to my attention this morning when I bought a new car. I had a vehicle. The vehicle I was using at the time had went out prior to me separating and moving to an entirely different location, which was quite a nice distance away from this person. So what happened was, I didn't have a vehicle when I made that transition. I didn't try to fix the vehicle or do anything about it because it was connected to this person. So God said, let it go. So eventually I was able to get a vehicle, just something to get around in for the meantime. And I had already told myself that I wasn't going to put much money into this vehicle, but when this vehicle, whatever, conked out or whatever the case, I wanted to buy a new car, a newer car, and it was an older car, over 10 years old. Quite a bit over 10 years old. I can't remember exactly what, but anyhow, that ended up happening. And so I had to get a new car. And when I got a new car, it was into the beginning of 2018. When the car went out, it was actually on New Year's Day. And so it was in New Year's 2018. So January 1st, 2018. So I had to get a new car. That never even registered to me that it was a new year when I had to get a new car until I just said that right now. The car that I purchased was the 2015 that I ended up getting. I was still in communication with this person, and sometime they would come by, where I was living at the time. And so they came, and I'm still, talking to this person, dealing with them like we cool like that. Even though I was starting to see that he really wasn't. But just, I don't know. That's just where I was at the time. But I could tell, when we were leaving out of my place, I was going to my car, and they came over to look at it and everything. And they were asking questions and asked me how much was it or whatever. And when I said whatever it was, the look on their face was like, and it kind of tripped me out. But just looking at the car, they was feeling the way I could see it. And what it was that they didn't want, I was okay. I was doing things on my own. I was moving ahead and doing good, doing well. They didn't want me to be able to do the things that I was doing. And it showed. It showed. And so that began starting to affect me in a way where, what's the point of dealing with you if you don't even mean me well. This is just me within myself. Even though I felt that way after experiencing that, it was still some time and still some old things that I had experienced before I really was just like, it was other things involved as well. But before I was just like, this person is no good for me. It was just, I got to a point where it was like, I don't want them. I don't even want to even try or deal with them or whatever the case may be. I just didn't want to have any involvement with this person anymore for different reasons. But the point here is that they didn't mean me well. They didn't want to see me do well. Come to find out later, this person was a narcissist. I'm getting to that. Okay. What am I saying here, kingdom people? You had to remove yourself from people for different reasons. People wasn't treating you right. As I said, they was harboring all this resentment. Who want to be around, continuously be around someone who got all this resentment towards you, this jealousy, don't want to see you do well, be sitting praying sometime on your downfall, hoping you don't make it, hoping you, people really do this. And what happens is you begin to feel that. And when you remove yourself, they begin to fall. When you remove yourself, that be their downfall. Your absence is their downfall. What God showed me so strongly today, with different situations, but with this person, was supply. I was good supply. And of course, that's a term in the narcissist community, narcissism, whatever the case may be. In other words, people feed off of you, whether it be through your energy, just feeding off of you and who you are. You give them supply, energy, attention. They feed off of that. If it's something financial people get from you, sexual, as in that case, I was at one point married to this person. They feed off of that. That feeds them. So your absence, you no longer being there to feed all that, is their downfall. They begin to go down, 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 because they no longer have your presence to feed off of, to benefit off of in whatever way. Kingdom people, your absence is their downfall. Now let's hit these scriptures. Psalm 1:1-2 said, "Blessed is the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standing in the way of the sinners, nor sitteth his seat in the seat of the scornful." You were blessed. God blessed you. You were already blessed. But you became more blessed when you removed yourself from the counsel of the ungodly, when you didn't stand in the way of sinners, when you didn't sit in the seat of the scornful. In other words, you removed your presence from them. You wasn't around them and all their wicked, sinful, evil ways and their evil nature, period, that they allowed to just manifest, and they carried it out. So notice I said I was doing well when I separated myself from this person. Blessed is the man who walketh not. And so going from there, I became more blessed because I removed my presence. But what happened, kingdom people, is my absence became their downfall. This person and others and people in your situations began to deteriorate because your presence is no longer there. And it goes on to say, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night." That's what you do. That's what you did. Your delight is in the law of the Lord. Not in all that evil, not in all that wickedness, not in all what they was trying to do to you, not in all how they was feeling away, don't want you to move forward, just want to feed off of you. Listen, your delight is in the law of the Lord. And then his law, you meditate day and night. Kingdom people, it's better to be in the presence of God. It's better to be by yourself, you and God, than to be in the presence of the wicked, than to be in the presence of the sinful, than to be in the presence of somebody that don't mean you well, don't want to see you do well, hating on you, want to sabotage you. want to feed off of you, not reciprocating anything of significance back to you. And I say of significance because sometimes people will give you a nickel, but they want $1 million from you. I'm just using it. They give you crumbs, but they want you to give them the full feast. Give you a little, but taking a lot. Going on, Psalm 37, 1 and 2. 1 says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thy envious against the workers of iniquity. So kingdom people, God saying don't trip. Yeah, they on what they on, they doing what they doing. And sometimes seemingly they getting away with it. Not that you caught up on that one way or the other. But he say, fret not, fret not. And it goes on to say, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Kingdom people, in this case, the reason why they cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb, because your presence is their downfall. You are gone, gone, gone. So they fall, fall, fall. And many of these people are very prideful. I'm just hearing pride before destruction. Haughtiness before a fall, pride before destruction. And many of these people be out of line, be all tripped out, know they wrong, and be having the nerves to have their chest stuck out, be in it. But then they fall when you remove your presence. They be prideful, don't want to acknowledge their area, all that, their area. That people that move like that, that's moving that devil energy, that the devil got control of them, have them all in their ego. Now we have an ego, we all have it, but we are supposed to control it and not let it get the best of us and have us control. Hold on, not just that. Many of these people have demonic egos. They're very demonically possessed, but it do be that ego that they work through. The devil works through ego. Let me say that. The devil works through flesh. The devil works through ego. They're kind of like one and the same somewhat. But kingdom people, they be doing all that. And that's why it say, fret not because of the evildoer. Let them do what they do. Because again, kingdom people, either way, whether you around or not, they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. But in this case, when you removed your presence, it happened. It happened. When you removed your presence, they will soon cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. And kingdom people, you did right by removing yourself by something away from something that can't reciprocate the love and the care and the respect. You was respecting people that didn't even deserve your respect, and they were being disrespectful to you. Many of these people wanted you to just take the disrespect, take the mishandlement, take the abuse, just take it, so they can feel good, because they ain't, because they really ain't. They could be, but because of the spirit they're operating in, they ain't. I want to say they never was, and they ain't never gonna be, but I ain't saying that. But for real though, kingdom people, they know they ain't, but they need to feel like they are. So they need you to just let them do you any kind of way, and want you to just put up with whatever they doing, treating you whatever, faking with you, fronting, sitting up in your face, he, ha, ha, I love you, and knowing dang on well they praying on your downfall. They hoping you don't make it. They hoping you don't break free. But they want to keep you around right there. So they can feed off of you while holding you in oppression. Trying to. Kingdom people, when you left, when you removed yourself, yeah. Kingdom people, your absence is their downfall. And that is all I have to say about that. If you like this video and or if it resonates with you, please just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Then go ahead and click on that red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Thank you. Then make sure you go ahead and Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell, kingdom people, so that you can receive a notification every time I upload a new video. Kingdom people, I am running a summer sale for all of my life coaching services. So if you are interested in any of my life coaching services, please just go ahead and look right down below in the description box. Click on that link where it says Latricia Booker Kingdom Coaching Services. No, Latricia Booker Kingdom Coaching.com, I think. So right down below in the description box. God have moved me to drop my prices, period, and run a summer sale so that more of you will be able to afford the prices and get my services for those of you who are interested. And so that's that on that. Click down below if you would like to book a session with me. Now, kingdom people, thank you all so very much for being here. Thank you for viewing my videos. Thank you for all your likes, subscribe, shares, all your comments and feedback, for all of your financial contributions to my channel, and for all the seeds that you sow into me and my ministry. Thank you for your bookings, and thank you for your purchases. Kingdom people, thank you. Now, kingdom people, I love you all so very much. I don't want to leave you, but I do have to go right now. Yeah, I will be back to hold my kingdom people down. Now, kingdom people, above all else, let the Holy Spirit lead you in all things at all times. Kingdom people, we are untouchable, we are unmovable, we are unstoppable, and we are unbreakable. Kingdom people, go and be great. That is our time. This Jesus girl is out. Peace.